All right, so this is a video answering some real estate questions. So first question is, when you apply for a job with a real estate license, did I have a hard time getting a job because employers do a background check for every applicant? Now, for this question, applying for a job, when you have a real estate license, it's not a job anymore. You are an independent contractor, so you're already considered a business. The only time you're submitting any paperwork of your criminal background is in the very beginning when you're applying for the real estate license with the state. And even then, you're not really talking to anybody. You're just filling out paperwork and explaining on paperwork. Very simple. Just explaining what happened. That's it. And you send it in. It just so happened that I didn't know what to do, so I went to a real estate company that I wanted to work for, and I had the manager there help me out, and that was kind of embarrassing when she saw my file because I had a few cases. So that's the first question. So if you haven't talked to anybody yet in the process of you applying for a license, that's when you're gonna have to fill out, you're gonna have to have your records, of every case you had, and you're gonna have to write a basically like a note explaining each case, what happened, what was the situation. So they don't care as long as your cases ain't got nothing to do with fraud. So if they got anything to do with anything else, drugs and all that street crap, you already know what that's about. They don't really care about none of that. Whether it's misdemeanors or felonies, it doesn't matter. All that matters is if you've been engaging in any fraud activity and you got caught up for that, you might as well just chalk it at that point. So anytime you go apply for a new broker, I always switch brokerages. That process is over. I don't tell them. I don't have to show them my background. I don't have to. Once you have a real estate license, you have to understand that the tables are turned now. It's not them interviewing you. It's you interviewing them to see if you want to work for them. So the tables are turned. You can't look at yourself like you're an employee at this point. You're an independent contractor. You're considered a business for real. So if you go in with that mindset, people are going to treat you accordingly. And all right, so when renewing your real estate license and when they ask you if you had a felony or not, what did you put in that? Again, when you're renewing your license, that process, the whole criminal record thing is over. Once you got your license, renewing your license is all about doing your education courses. You got to do like 14 hours or 10 or 14 hours every 2 years. And then you just submit that and you reapply for it, pay your fees, and that's it. And all that criminal background stuff is out the window at that point. And that's after 2 years. I just renewed mine. I didn't have to do none of that. Once out of prison, after how many years should one apply for a real estate license? You can come out of jail right now and apply, and well, you can't apply right now because you got to take the courses, but you can take the courses right now, and then there's no time limit. It ain't. Don't it's too much. You're too worried about the background. That is minor. The biggest obstacle for me with the whole background thing was getting the paperwork, getting my cases, because I had cases in all these different counties. So that was my problem. I got a case in Philly. I got a case out, what is that, up at Darby, and cases out, out in them counties, Delaware County. So I had to move around and get them and get those copies, certified copies. So that was the hardest part. All right, do you know any felons that was able to start an online business? Now, starting an online business, I don't know what type of business. If we're talking real estate or selling anything online, when you're doing anything that involves you being the boss, none of that criminal background stuff matters. There's no restrictions. You can I opened up a bunch of online stores. They failed, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? They don't ask you about none of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's about it. So if y'all want to know anything else, man, y'all can leave y'all questions in this video, and I'm gonna answer them with another video.